What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost and GeeksGamers.com. And if it's possible, the Antonio Brown situation continues to get more and more strange, as it has now been 2 days since Bruce Arians stood at the podium and said very loudly that Antonio Brown is no longer a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, that his career with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be over. That is, of course, after Antonio Brown ripped off his jersey, ripped off his clothes, ripped off his equipment, threw it into the stands, and pranced across the field shirtless while waving goodbye to the fans as the game was still going on in the middle of the third quarter, in a game where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers needed a last-second comeback to beat the lowly New York Jets. I think most people assumed that right after that happened, right after Bruce Arians proclaimed that he would no longer be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, they would very quickly cut him and release him. But evidently, there's a little more to it. You can see Adam Schefter, for the second straight day, wide receiver Antonio Brown did not show up on today's NFL Wire, meaning the Buccaneers still hold his rights per source. And that starts to make things very interesting, makes you think, why is that the case? Now, some people have started speculating on this, and I don't think it's necessarily wrong. Buccaneers did not cut Antonio Brown today, from Michael David Smith or on Yahoo. Buccaneers coach Bruce Arians said in Sunday's game that Antonio Brown is, quote, no longer a Buck, but officially he is. The Bucs did not cut Brown today, and there are ongoing discussions with the NFL about how to handle the matter. It's possible that the team would prefer that Brown be suspended rather than released for taking off his jerseys. And the reason being would be solely to do with football. If Brown does get cut, he would go on waivers, where the other 31 teams would have the opportunity to claim him. If he passed through waivers, he would then become an unrestricted free agent, and a team could sign him for the final game of the regular season and the postseason. Arians made it clear that Brown is done playing for the Bucs, but it remains to be seen whether he'll have the opportunity to catch on with somebody else in the coming weeks. Now, I do think it makes a whole lot of sense for the Bucs to no longer want to have anything to do with Antonio Brown. But when it comes to a situation where they may be not cutting Antonio Brown solely so that he can't go to another team, there's going to be a lot of people that have criticisms of that. You know, if you don't want him on the team anymore, if he's too disruptive, whatever happened, obviously he had a meltdown. There's no doubt about that. But if you're hanging on to him with no intention of playing him, and also with no intention of him being able to get paid for that, instead of potentially allowing him to go somewhere else and get signed and get paid for another game and the playoffs, there's going to be a lot of people that are looking at that. I think that's really fucked up with the Buccaneers to do. It's obviously a crazy situation. And from the Bucs' perspective, yeah, you don't want that talented dude to go to, say, the Cowboys, who just lost someone. You don't want him to go to the Kansas City Chiefs or like any of these other multitude of teams that would be ready to snatch up a very talented wide receiver for a few games, even if he is a massive headache. So it's definitely interesting. No one quite knows what's going on. We've yet to officially hear a real statement from Antonio Brown. He was seen at a Nets basketball game last night, but we've just heard from his people that he thought he was too injured to go back in the game, which led to a blow-up, which led to him leaving the sidelines in the way that he did. But what do you guys think about this? What do you think about the fact that it's now been 48 hours and they still have not released this man? Let me know in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.